What's happening, everyone? Welcome to this After Effects tutorial. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create a text animation which looks something like this. Now, awesome YouTubers, this is super simple to do, and this can be done with pretty much any kind of After Effects knowledge that you have. Now, with that being said, let me just tell you one thing that you should know about, and that is the anchor point. So, if you don't know what anchor point is and how it changes the style of your animation, you can just go to my channel, Tutorials for Graphics, type in anchor point over there, watch that tutorial, and then come back to this. So, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the learning curve that you need to have in order to create this text animation. And this can be used also, people, with pretty much any kind of text project that you have. So if you have kinetic typography, this is a superb effect. If you have intro projects, once again, very nice. So I'm going to press Control T to jump to my text tool. I'm going to start typing. I'm going to say hey, right, and I'm just going to kind of center position it. And once again, also, people, take a look at the anchor point. So if I leave the anchor point right here, the animation that we create is going to be a lot more different. So I'm going to take my Y key, I'm going to hit my Y key, I'm going to hold it down, I'm going to take this, position it somewhere in the center, and then let go of the Y key, and that jumps me back to my selection tool. That's a sweet little trick to remember. Awesome. So we have this here over here, and now for adding the rotation, awesome people, we need to change this from 2D to 3D. So select the layer and just kind of add this cube-like icon over here, and that changes it to a 3D layer. I'm going to hit the R key on my keyboard for revealing all these properties. I'm going to start my rotation for Y, start the animation over there, and awesome people, now see, depending on what kind of project you're working on, if you're working on a kinetic typography and you are syncing this in with a soundtrack, then the transition space, this transition time, is going to be a lot different, depending, if you were syncing it in with a dialogue. So, a soundtrack like a rap is going to be very quick. A dialogue is going to be kind of slower. So, depending on what audio you're trying to use this with, the transition time is going to vary. But I'm just going to assume that this is going to be like around 4 seconds, right? We have 4 seconds of transition space. And now, awesome people, I'm going to take my Y animation, like this Y rotation, and I'm going to add this one over here. So it kind of stays the same, but actually, in those 4 frames, it is spinning like 360 times. So it's going to complete one full revolution like that. Actually, let me just change this to 5 so you don't get that kind of, very abrupt animation, right? And now, awesome people, in order to create that window of transition, what we can do is we can add motion blur, or actually enable motion blur for this text layer. So just add this circular kind of icon, and that's going to add motion blur to our text layer. Now right here, awesome people, I'm going to change the alphabets of my text, and this is how you do it. So you basically close your text layer if you have it open, then open it again, and then come to this first property which says text and source text. This is a place where that transition, where that jump is going to happen. So I'm going to start my animation by clicking on the stopwatch, and this, awesome people, is going to create a very different kind of keyframe. This is something that you may not have seen before, but basically this is called a block frame, or a stop keyframe. So anything before this is going to be like like hey, and anything after this is going to actually it is still going to be hey, because you haven't made a change. But if we just move one frame, okay, because you want to make the quick transition, right? So we just move one frame, and then I'm going to select my text. I'm going to press my Control T if you want the easy way. Select my text. I'm going to change this to U, and I'm going to click on my selection tool once again. And as soon as I click on my selection tool, you can see that that adds another keyframe. So basically, awesome people, anything before the first keyframe is going to stick to hey. Anything after this keyframe is going to stick to U. And now if you were to play it, awesome people, you can see that's how you do it. Now the keyframe, I mean the rotation time, awesome people, is kind of too, I think it's kind of too long. I'm gonna move this around. Actually, I'm gonna decrease the time from 4 frames, actually 5 frames, to 3 frames. It's gonna look a little quicker, like that. And this is superb, awesome people, for kinetic type, intros, pretty much any kind of project that you're working on in After Effects, which includes text. So this can be a very nice animation, and this can also be done with a horizontal style, awesome people. So if you were to, instead of animate the Y position, you can even go for the X. So if we go for X, come over here, and we add in 1, this is how it's gonna be. See that? Now you will have to tweak it a little bit. Now the reason why this is happening is because the Y is kind of jumping, right? But it looks kind of nice. And if you were to really kind of take this to the next level, if you really don't want to see that this transition, then what you can do is you can add in a forced motion blur effect. And that's pretty much it, awesome people. So that's how you create this animation. I hope you liked the tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, Tutorials for Graphics. Like my Facebook page, link will be in the description, awesome people. Please support the channel and like this video on YouTube. And awesome people, you guys take care. I will see you all in my next video, awesome people. Thank you for watching.